In the annals of history, there are those whose stories inspire and move us. Welcome to our channel, where we bring you the remarkable journeys of individuals who made a difference. Today, we delve into the life of Martin Luther King Jr., a name that resonates with courage and change. Join us as we explore the life of Martin Luther King Jr., a champion for equality and civil rights. Martin Luther King Jr. was born on January 15, 1929, in the city of Atlanta, under the birth name Michael King Jr. He was a brilliant student who entered college at the age of 15, where he studied theology. King not only excelled as a student, but also earned a PhD in systematic theology from the prestigious Boston University, solidifying his academic background and preparation to lead the civil rights struggle. The name Martin Luther was given to him in homage to the leader of the Protestant Reformation, Martin Luther, a choice his father made after visiting Luther's city in Germany. The faith and values of the King family, which included admiration for Mahatma Gandhi, shaped his vision of justice and equality. King became a civil rights leader in the 1950s and 1960s. His nonviolent approach, inspired by Gandhi's philosophy, inspired thousands to peacefully fight for their rights. On August 28, 1963, Martin Luther King Jr. delivered his famous "I Have a Dream" speech at the Lincoln Memorial during the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, gathering over 250,000 people of all races and backgrounds. But it was in Montgomery, Alabama that King emerged as a leader. On December 1, 1955, the Montgomery bus boycott, led by him and sparked by the courageous act of Rosa Parks, who refused to give up her seat to a white person, lasted 381 days and marked a turning point in the civil rights struggle. Martin Luther King Jr.'s courage also shone in Selma, Alabama in 1965. He led the iconic Selma to Montgomery March, a 54-mile journey for the right to vote. The march faced shocking police brutality, but King's and the protesters' determination never wavered. The courage displayed during the Selma March was crucial in the passage of the Voting Rights Act of 1965, which ensured voting rights for all citizens, regardless of their race, and it further reinforced the goals set by the Civil Rights Act of 1964, which banned racial discrimination. In addition to his leadership in the civil rights struggle, Martin Luther King Jr. also stood out for his courageous stance against the Vietnam War. In 1967, in his speech, Beyond Vietnam, King argued that the money spent on the war should be invested in social programs to aid the poor and disadvantaged in the United States. His position against the war stirred controversy, but showcased his unwavering commitment to justice and equality, not only racially, but also economically and socially. King faced multiple arrests throughout his life, as he was willing to pay the price for his principles in the civil rights struggle. One of the most notable arrests occurred in Birmingham, Alabama in 1963, when King was arrested for leading protests against racial segregation. It was during this arrest that he wrote his famous Letter from Birmingham Jail, advocating for nonviolent civil disobedience as a means to combat injustice. These arrests did not deter him, but rather strengthened his determination and brought international attention to the civil rights cause. Alongside his wife Coretta, he faced the personal challenges of the civil rights struggle. On April 4, 1968, the world lost this great leader to an unacceptable act of violence when he was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee. Despite his premature death, the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. endures. Streets, schools, and monuments in his honor stand as living testaments to his struggle and message. In 1964, Martin Luther King Jr., a pastor and civil rights leader, became the youngest Nobel Peace Prize recipient at the time, recognizing his commitment to nonviolent struggle for civil rights and racial equality. In addition to his activism, King was a prolific author and penned several books, including Strength to Love and Why We Can't Wait, in which he explored social issues and the ongoing need to fight for equality. However, years after his death, it was discovered that parts of his doctoral thesis contained plagiarism. This sparked debates, but he was later awarded an honorary doctorate by Boston University. In 1986, Martin Luther King Jr. Day was established as a national holiday in the United States, celebrating his contribution to the civil rights struggle. In 2016, it was announced that the U.S. $5 bill would be redesigned to include the image of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, depicting historic events that occurred there, such as Martin Luther King Jr.'s "I Have a Dream" speech. Although this redesign has not yet taken place, his legacy continues to resonate in the country's history. Martin Luther King Jr. taught us that the fight for equality is an ongoing journey. Now, I invite you to like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories. Don't forget to explore our channel to discover more individuals with remarkable stories that shaped the world. Thank you for joining us on this emotional and motivational journey through the life of Martin Luther King Jr., a beacon of hope in the fight for civil rights and equality.